Okay, and welcome back. And you can see we're back on Shogun team, and here we've got the Prussian Prince, and his opponent for the day is Masterp. As you can see here, the Prussian Prince sort of has a very strong turtle shell sort of formation here, covering all sides wherever he goes with his diary. Well, as you can see on this side, Masterp is wearing his men just on the angle here. Probably the best bet for him at the time is to hit in one of these corners where he won't have as much bulk of his men. Looking at the units here, the Prussian Prince does have a very strong advantage on the ranged units. Masterp not really having any by the looks of it. Got some cavalry. Yes, got some cavalry here. My apologies. Got some katana cavalry set up in a couple of places. So if he uses them well, he can dish a lot of damage to the archers. As you see, the Prussian Prince is now pulling himself out of that formation into a more traditional rank of lines. Masterp spreading his forces very far, it seems here. Gotta be careful of this, because if melee breaks out in multiple areas, his general are not going to be in certain places at once, so the morale will drop if there's tough fighting on the other side. So here the Prussian Prince is going to pull right across to the left. Probably quite wise. He's got some Nodachi samurai up here with the archer advantage, which the Prussian Prince has. Nodachi, my apologies. They have little to no armor, so the arrows will cut them down incredibly quickly. Master though is pulling them back, and also bringing up his Yari-Ashigar. Prussian Prince now, as you can see, is pushing up his whole formation here. He's got to be careful of the units here on his right hand side. He doesn't want to get flanked very hard into melee there. Though he will draw some of his archers away from the main bulk of the Prussian Prince's army. Seems pretty cat out of mouse at the moment. Prussian Prince is chasing these guys here, and these guys here are chasing the Prussian Prince. So, and see Prussian Prince now reorganizing his lines, so he'll be able to cover most of the side now, give him better movement upon on his right there and on his left. Always got to be careful what's coming in front of him. Alright, Masterp did have a hidden off by war monks there, which are hiding in the trees. Masterp seems to be charging his... oh no, my apologies. I thought it was charging. Both the endless running now right across up there, now down. As you see, they are slightly fatigued. So as you know, that will affect their charge and combat effectiveness. Some odd play coming from both of them. No one's really engaged into any form of combat at the moment. The Prussian Prince will need to, well, he can even push up his archers and his guns. They'll do a lot of heavy damage upon them. But now, since he's reformatted his lines there, Masterp starting to push up upon this side, so he's now pulling back, as you can see, to reform his line, so he can deal with this section here as easy as possible. And see, now Masterp has spread out his lines quite a lot, especially compared to the Prussian Prince here. So by the looks of it, he'll be able to hit from pretty much all sides of his men, doing as much damage as possible. While some melee is about to engage here. With the Lone Sword charging into these Ashigaru Yari units here, especially with their fatigue resistance on both sides, I don't really see them pulling through this, but they do have some cavalry and they've got a lot of Lone Sword reinforcements coming up as well. Upon the side, as you can see, Masterp needs to be careful with Katana cavalry since he's got a fair amount of Ashigaru Yari set up. They're in the spiral formation, which make them hold against any additional push really easily. As you can see here, the Prussian Prince now bringing up some more Yari Samurai upon his left, seeing the cavalry come up. And over side he's managed to set up some guns shooting into their ranks here, especially with the fatigue resistance though. They are starting to rout fairly quickly, and he needs to keep his general. He's got his general close by in this, since the guns are firing, he's going to need that additional morale. But since his general's quite over there, he's going to need to have some men here fighting, as you can see. With the lack of his general nearby, these men would need to have the numbers that they do have to carry on this fight. In the middle though, since they don't really have any additional support, nor is their general in range of any morale boosting, the guns and the arrows will slowly break and rout those units there, as you just saw. Alright, we shall now give the Prussian Prince to completely divide Masterp's army, so you can now send reinforcements both ways, and we'll be able to hopefully clean up whatever he can. Gunfire coming into against the cavalry. Gotta be careful with that. So inside Masterp has done some quite good cavalry play. Let's try to get them around, but as you see here, the Prussian Prince responded fairly quickly with that one and set up his guns on the side and just started gunfiring them. With only 3 units left, they have now routed from the battlefield. Though for Masterp it does look pretty good on this side. He's managed to waver and almost rout another unit, and then have 1 unit left, which gives him a nice bulk against his men here. Not very many melee, but he is bringing up his Yari Ashigaru to try and help. He's got his general into stand and fight formation, and on the side he's got some more guns set up, and he's going to be careful with his general here, but as you can see he's charging into the lines to try and stop as many as possible. The guns did cut down a lot of their men though, so they've got 30 men in the unit. They should be able to do quite well against the matchlock units. But he needs to be careful, as you can see with the arrows here, and he's got some supply and some Ashigaru which needs to come in if he does need to do that over on this side. As you can see, Prussian Prince's units are starting to rout very quickly, but as you can see Masterp's units are now starting to waver as well due to the arrow and gunfire incoming. On this side some of his units have stopped routing, but he managed to catch up with them to Lone Sword, and soon they will be wavering and off to rout again. They already start to waver, as you can see. Across on this side, though it seems that he has lost his general, and due to that a lot of his men are now suffering heavy morale losses, and with the incoming charge of some of his men the game has been paused and the game seems to be done. I believe that must have been a GG there from Masterp. Thank you for watching. See you next time.